risky behavior.
You know what I'm starting to realize is that these days, when it comes to being a man, and it don't matter if you are black, white, yellow, purple, just a man. If you do not fall in line and say exactly what people want you to say, exactly how they want you to say it, they'll destroy you. Anywho, welcome to Risky Behavior. And after saying that, we're going to get into the Jonathan Owens interview he did, where it seems like this man said the worst thing possible. And that's the truth. I didn't even know about the interview he did. He went on the Pivot podcast and did an interview, and apparently his wife, Simone Biles, was there. She wasn't necessarily on camera. She was more so off camera, but of course the camera would pan to her every now and then. And so apparently he had an interview. They asked him how their relationship came to be. He gave his answer, and I watched it, and to me, he didn't say anything that bad, but apparently to everyone else, what he said was just terrible. And I think Jonathan Owens' mistake was believing that people wanted to hear the truth. I'm going to be playing 2 videos today, and we're going to react to them together. What made me do this today is I kind of got upset. Not upset with what people were saying about him as far as thinking they could take him down and destroy him. I got upset today because when I was watching the videos of people commenting about the interview he did, they made it sound so much worse, just straight horrible. And so I'm like, man, let me go check this interview out. Like, his wife is certified, like, top gymnast. Why would he just straight disrespect and degrade her that way? And I went and I looked at the interview and I was like, is this what everybody tripping about? It seemed totally like harmless. Now, I will agree, in the future, he needs to do better with talking and giving interviews and explaining himself better. But for people to not be able to comprehend where he was coming from in that interview, to me, was ridiculous. I heard women say that because of that interview, they would divorce him. Relationship over. Marriage out the window. And I just did a video with TK Kirkland's interview he did on the Pivot with Purpose podcast. And I said it, and man, I hit it right on the head. People are petty. They'll throw a relationship away over anything. Not saying that's what Simone Biles is going to do, but the people who would say to her that because of this guy's interview, in which she was there smiling and laughing the whole time, she had no problem with it, for them to say, oh, you need to divorce him, it's ridiculous. I'm sure people going to disagree with me. Whatever. My opinion is my opinion. I just want to hurry up and jump into these 2 videos. I'm going to start off with everybody's favorite uncle. I think they call him Unc. Shay and Chad Ocho Cinco. So we're going to look at Shay and Chad Ocho Cinco reaction to the Jonathan Owens interview, in which he details how him and his wife came to be. And then we will jump to the second video, which is the actual interview and the part in which he tells the story. Try not to stay on too late tonight because I didn't wrap packages when I was supposed to. That's the honest answer. I don't want to lie. So whatever. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this.
You know who Simone Biles is? The gymnast. Simone Biles' husband said he didn't know who she was when they met. Said he's the kid.
Whoa.
Simone Biles.
Come on, man. Stop playing, man.
Thank you, Ocho.
He said what? He the who?
He appeared. He said he's the catch. Simone Biles and Jonathan Owens appeared on the Pivot podcast this week, which is Ryan Clark, Fred Taylor, and Channing Crowder's podcast. Guys do a great job. I love you guys. You know, I work with Ryan. I saw Freddie T and Channing them at the fight at the Bud Crawford and
Errol.
What's the other guy? Errol
fight.
Like Errol Flynn, Errol Spence Jr. And I saw them and got an opportunity to really talk to them. For this man to fix his mouth, to say he had no idea who Simone Biles was, and supposedly they went in 2020. Now that was the time of the Olympics. Now the Olympics got postponed a year, but she was the face. She was the face of the American gym of Olympics.
Maybe he lied. He lying.
But and here's the Ocho. And here's another thing. They're on this dating site for famous people. Why the hell is he on there? I get why she's on it.
They got a dating site. They got a dating site for famous people.
They got it's called Ryder. It's called Ryder.
Why they on there?
It's called.
They got Instagram. They got Instagram and X or Twitter.
But it offers a level of protection.
I ain't gonna lie, he got her with that one. He said, I get why she on there, but why the hell he on there? Which is a fair question, because when they met on that dating site, he honestly, I don't know why he was allowed to get on there. I don't think he was on like that. So it's kind of crazy.
She is Simone Biles, and she just can't be talking to any weirdos. Yeah. So I guess they vetted it. I have no qualms on why she's on that site. My question is, why is he on?
What was that word you just said?
What,
okay,
qualms?
Write that down, because I'm gonna use that in conversation right there. But I like that, bro.
So that's my thing. And for him to talk about he's the catch.
Right.
What kind of catch? Man,
hey,
I get it. I get it, because look here. This is how you know you're not the catch. When everybody refers to you as Simone Biles
by your first name.
Yeah. That's Simone Biles.
I think he understands that. I mean, he understands that. I think he knows it, and I think Simone is allowing him to be the man and make it.
But that is kind of like, what's that, Tiana Taylor husband? So, yeah. I see what he's saying.
Seem as if, you are the one, but the rest of the world will always see him as Simone Biles' husband. And that's no disrespect to him. He does his thing, with the Packers, but Simone Biles is a global iconic figure. Iconic figure.
Yes. I mean, the most accomplished,
most
gymnast.
Decorated.
I mean, she has moves, the Biles. She got moves that she can't even do in competition because nobody else can do the moves.
Yeah.
That's facts right there.
She is the most decorated, right? Yeah.
Yeah. As far as those, I mean, look how many times she's won the world championships. Look how many times she's won the U.S. championships. Larissa Latinina, the great Russian. But Simone is look, Ocho, yes. You got you say you pause like, damn, this mofo know everything. Yes.
Yeah.
I know about I know about Larissa
Okay,
Latina. I know about Olga Corbett. I know about Nadia Comaneci.
I know about Nadia Comaneci.
And Svetlana Boginskaya. Yes.
Yeah, I know about my gymnastics now. Don't do that. Nigga, I used to work the balance beam in high school. Yeah. I used to work the balance beam in high school. Hey,
but
that would be a fun relationship.
Now pay attention to what they saying and what they doing. Just because y'all into the gymnast and all that does not mean that him at that point in his life was focused and paying attention to that. But even when he said, hey, I didn't even know who she was, I don't think he quite meant it like that. And when we watch the interview, it'll make more sense. But some people hold other people and such, they just put them up on this pedestal. And it's just like when, what's his name? Lil Yachty, right? I believe it was Lil Yachty. And he said something about not knowing whatever about Tupac. And all of us that, man, Tupac a legend. He said, yo, what was it? Nah, was it Tupac or was it Biggie? It was one of them he made a comment about. And everybody flipped out like, and they forgot to remember he young. I remember Tupac and Biggie, but Tupac and Biggie died when I was little. So, and I'm older than Yachty. When he's like in middle school to high school, I'm done with high school and I'm gone with my life. And if they died when I was young, and when I was young, so I just caught them. I just caught a glimpse of them. Just caught a glimpse of them. I can understand why he would not look at a Tupac and Biggie the same way I or people from my generation does, and definitely the people before me. But some people, they just can't fathom that you don't know this person or you're not paying attention to this because this is history, and so therefore you must have seen it. And depending upon what somebody going through in their life, what's going on with them. I remember at one point, me and my mom ain't have cable, and I remember some people would say, oh, you didn't see this, you didn't see that. And I'm like, no. Oh, how could you? We ain't got cable. Why y'all ain't got cable? Cause my mama don't want to pay for it. So I don't know. I don't care how important it is to you. I ain't see it cause we ain't got cable.
In the off season though, like competing, flipping
against
them
who?
too, just going at it, competing in different things that have to test your athletic
She's
ability.
Explosive, Ocho.
Huh?
Ocho. She's only 4 foot tall. Maybe she weighs 100 pounds. I don't think she weighs that much. But to be able, you gotta understand, you have to be able to how tight she's wound.
Right.
To be able to hit those moves and to tumble and to locate and to come down, because a lot of those moves she's doing in reverse.
Hey,
when she
let me tell you
go
something.
ahead.
Let me tell you something about tumbling. Back in the days, Scott Projects in the 80s. The mattresses, we had the 2 mattresses, right?
I'm going to pause it there now. We're going to jump over to the actual interview. I chose to play them because they got on them, but, it was all in jokes and laughter. It wasn't too bad. Some other people, I just thought they were nasty about it and didn't feel like watching it again. So let's jump over to the interview. I don't know why I said that like that. All right, here go the interview. Let's go ahead and play it. We're going to jump right into it where they ask him, basically how they get together.
Hey, bro, I got to ask you, man. God damn, y'all boys scared. Bro, is us pretty red dimes as we are. How in the hell did you pull Simone Biles? And I love this football talk, bro. I gotta get to it. I'm over here rubbing my knees trying to answer this.
Hey, Chad, I wanted to tell him, he's talking about being looked over. Now, when the right people look at you.
Yeah, that's,
You know what I'm saying?
How did you do that, bro?
Man, it's really how she pulled me, man. That's the question.
Oh,
man.
Lord Jesus. Now you with Freddie. Now it's back. Now
But
you
listen,
with Cat.
I'm gonna tell you, organic story, man. So I just got to Houston. I probably have been to Houston 7 months. I was single at the time, so I'm just living, being me and myself. And COVID had just hit, but I had just went to Arizona, and one of my boys was like, hey, man, you got to check out this app, And I'm like, man, I'll check it out. Like, what is it? It was called Raya at the time. So basically, it's like a dating app, but, you have to go through certain, like, criteria to make sure that you're who you are. So literally have been on the app for a couple of days, man, and it's like she pops up, and I'm like, let me see who this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity, So I'm like, okay, I'll see what's up. I swiped her, and it said we matched, so I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout, and I come back, and I get I had some likes on my Instagram, and I'm like, oh, this might be it. I'm like, okay. So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake. Like, I don't know. I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she gotta be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Late July, early August, so I'm not paying attention to, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched,
Jonathan, I'm going to let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But if they're holding her up to this, you see what I'm saying? And he's just cool about it. He being honest. If you don't watch gymnasts or you're not into the Olympics, you may not know who this person is. You know how many people are like at the tip top of their category, and there's so many things in life, right, that people are into, so many different sports and activities, and people want you to know, but if you're not into it, you're not into it. And I want to know, how is that disrespectful? If, like, I remember going to the Olympics, and I remember I was little, but like, I'm not particularly into the Olympics. I didn't know who she was. I didn't know. And you're talking about somebody, it sounds like he was at a point in his life where he probably was shut off from the outside world, trying to make it, doing what he's doing now, going through college. Like he said, probably not watching a lot of TV, probably not paying attention to what's going on. And it's very understandable if someone is honest with you and says, hey, I'm not into that, so I didn't know who she was, because I don't watch it, I don't follow it, and I'm on my own mission. So it's a lot of people I probably just wasn't paying attention to at the time, that I didn't know that they were doing what they doing. That doesn't dim her light or say she's not special. I'm saying I just didn't know her. How does that take away from who she is, and how is that disrespectful? Like, I don't get it. If somebody else gets it, leave it in the comments. Because for me, if you don't follow something, you're not going to know who they are. A lot of people, you wouldn't know who they are. It's like, what's that? The young girl name? Angela, the Reese girl. I wouldn't know who she was if it wasn't for the whole social media, TikTok and stuff like that. When I was growing up, we didn't have all that stuff. So most people would not have necessarily known who she was if they don't follow that sport. They wouldn't have. Social media gives people who would not normally see you the ability to see you. I didn't see I didn't see the Reese girl because I watched women's basketball. I saw it because of other little things on social media or people talking about something, and you scrolling through your Instagram or you scrolling through your YouTube, and then you see this person, you go, who's this person these people making all this big fuss about, and what did she do? Why are they angry with her? And then from that, people started talking about Simone Biles when she was doing the moves that other people couldn't do. Right? But before that, I didn't know who it was. I had to look her up and say, why are they making a big fuss out? Why are they bothering this? Why are they bothering this young lady like this? And because she's so small, I thought she was way younger than what she is and everything. So it's not that hard to believe that somebody might not know who you are. They just might not.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we were texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened. Everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So
you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you said.
Because I was fighting it. So
in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
At the time,
That's what
I'm not going to say that.
That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, man, this is my third year. You know, I'm trying to, I'm like, this.
Come on. He not being serious. He not. Like, that's another thing people were saying was, and he made her drive 45 minutes, but he said COVID locked down, and 45 minutes is not that far. A lot of people drive 45 minutes to work every single day. It's not that far. What?
So
I was fighting it.
So in truth, if I
Man, continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we were texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened. Everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So
you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man.
He probably didn't have a schedule where he could leave. It sounds like she was pursuing him, and she drove to go see him. And I'm mentioning that because people tried to act as if he said that in a disrespectful way of degrading her by saying she drove for. He didn't say like, like I made her, or he did that on some player stuff. That's what she did. Sometimes women do go drive to go see the guy sometimes. It just depends on who has a little bit more freedom in their schedule. If y'all two really want to meet up and that guy, he stays far away and he says, well, hey, you know, my schedule is boom. But if that person really wants to see you, they might say, well, look, my schedule is free, so don't worry about it. I'll just drive to come see you. And 45 minutes is not that far. A lot of people drive 45 minutes to an hour to work every day. That's not crazy like that. And he kind of is in the position to be the catch because she kind of seemed like the player in this situation. She hit him up. She hollered at him. She came to see him. She seemed more of the dominant than what he is. And I think that's who she is. So I still don't see what's the big deal in what he said. If they're comfortable with that dynamic, then who cares? And then for the host to make a statement as in, oh, so what I'm saying is, so what I'm hearing you say is, you didn't want Simone Biles, and that's not what he's saying. What he's giving you an honest answer of where his mind was at the time. It doesn't matter how great of a gymnast she is. If you're a young guy starting off your career, you probably not thinking about marrying somebody. You're not just going, oh, let me marry her because she's famous or because she's really good at flipping. Like, that's like, come on. Like, seriously, that's a silly thing to say. But like I said, I think in this interview, he's just being too honest, and they want the cookie cutter love romance novel answer, and he's giving them like the real answer of how it was when they first met. He giving them the truth. Now, for me personally, I love the truth. I love what I like about him being totally honest is, to me, he did it the best way because he's showing exactly what he was feeling, exactly what he was thinking at the time. And he also showed a level of maturity to me because even being a little bit, nervous, like, I don't know, I just started my career, he still can recognize a good woman when she comes around. And you're going to hear him say in this interview that, well, hey, you know what? You can't control when that person come along, so you better jump on it when you can. And that's what he did. Well, hey, might not be ready, but maybe I am ready because the person that I vibe with is here now. So I can't say, well, I'm not ready now, I'll just push it to later, which is what a lot of guys would do. So I still haven't heard nothing that's worthy of demonizing this guy, that what he said and did was so bad. And another thing I want to point out is that he really is like glorifying her in a sense, because when he mentioned how she hit him up, he said, man, like, nah, this can't be real, man, this fake. So he's admitting like she the shush, you know what I'm saying? Right? Because think about it this way. If any one of us hit up LeBron James and say, hey man, we appreciate what you do for the community, you're amazing, LeBron James would never read one of our DMs and go, oh, I can't believe this is, man, it can't be real. But if LeBron James sent one of us a DM, we'll question it, because He LeBron James. So we gonna think, man, somebody hitting us up from a fake account. Ain't no way this the real LeBron James. So for him to admit and say that was his first thoughts, like, hey, man, like, it can't be real. It got to be fake. He's already admitting she's a big deal. But I think what they want him to do is they want him to gravel. They want him to bend over and, you see what I'm saying, and play that certain role. And I'm proud that he is holding his own, saying, well, nah, I'm special too. Like, yeah, she's amazing, but y'all kind of want me to be like, oh, I can't believe I got this woman. I can't believe I got this. Like, come on. And obviously, that ain't even what she attracted to, because that's why she with him. She want to be with a guy that's like, what he supposed to do? Lick her feet? Just because y'all think she's some amazing gymnast? I wish she is, but I'm saying, what do y'all want him to do? All he can do is be honest about how the relationship started. She hit me up. What you want me to say? You mad because your favorite gymnast hit me up and drove out to see me? What you ain't? Hey, that ain't being disrespectful. He just telling the truth. And she's smiling, and because she knows she the type to go after what she wants. So it ain't disrespectful to say she went after what she want, because that's obviously how she is.
The catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did though.
Is what you saying?
Cause I was fighting it.
So So in truth, if I say this out loud, was Jonathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying?
At the time, I'm not gonna say that.
That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, man, this is my third year. You know, I'm trying to. I'm like, it's kind of early. But you know, like I said, man, it happened when you least expect it. And we hung out, man. It was like we hit it off instantly. You know, we just laughed the whole night. Man, play. Look, go ahead.
I really wanted to talk about football. Did you tell her you didn't know who she was?
Actually, my question to her was like, who's your competition? I didn't know nothing about gymnastics, so I'm just asking
Nobody.
her. Yeah, and that's what she's like. She told me, like, myself. That's the most vivid memory I have of that. She was like, myself. I'm like, nah, for real. Like, who do you compete with? She's like, you know, myself. Because most of the time it comes down to if I mess up or not. And I'm like, and the moment where I knew she was the real deal, we were going to, I think she had a gym invitational.
No, it was milk and cookies.
I was
milk and cookies before that.
Y'all went to get
milk and cookies, and
Cookie spot in Houston, the
number one rated cookie spot, and it was so many. I think it was like a Sunday we went. It was all these moms, and you know, they're there with their kids, and we walked past, and everybody stopped, and just kids are like shaking, and it was like, oh my God, and I'm like,
you thought it's because you thought you were fine, huh?
man, nah. This was funny. They asking me, they like, here, can you take this picture? And I'm like,
So, Jay, what you're doing right now is confirming that she is actually the best in the world at flipping the script.
She flipped.
She shot her shot.
She did though. Because if she wouldn't have messaged me, chances are, like, I probably wouldn't have. I probably would just, mine would have went somewhere else and wouldn't have thought to, you know. But she messaged me, and I mean, like I said, the rest is history, man.
Honestly, in truth, Simone Biles is lucky.
For what?
Because she took a chance. She lucky because she wouldn't have all that. Jonathan said she wouldn't have all that.
Hey, now.
Because he had time.
Jonathan,
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. We matched. I was just the first to message. As soon as I clicked, ooh, I like him, it matched. So he had already liked my profile, which that means
she
I was
always
just the first.
Say we matched
No,
first.
baby, we matched, but I was the first to message.
Yeah, you messaged me. She messaged. She wasn't scared. I give her that.
I know what I like and I know what I want.
Y'all are young newlyweds. Don't let people bring that shit in y'all house.
I ain't trying to
Don't let this man do that. Don't do that.
I'm not trying to bring them shit nowhere, Freddie. This man's a hell of a safety. He will never be as good as a safety as this little motherfucker is as a gymnast. You agree, bro?
You know what? He might, because because the other day I said, you know what? In a couple years, nobody is gonna call him Simone Biles' husband. They'll call me Jonathan Owens' wife.
Speaking of, I don't know if you saw
sweet.
it. On Thanksgiving, I tweeted.
I did see it.
I tweeted that they were not going to, like, I always pay attention to, like, cats who got into the league like I did. And I do think safety is one of those positions that if you play it long enough, you can get the experience, and then your talent comes through and you start to get confident. For you, though, take me back to being undrafted, right? Because I remember being undrafted. And I remember, man, my second year, and at the time, I didn't know what my sickle cell trait did. So, like, every now and then I would get really exhausted, right? So we got, you know how camp is, bro, when you undrafted. We had a scrimmage. We did live special teams first, and then the starting safeties ain't play, so I was on ones, twos, right? So I'm hyperventilating, whatever. And I remember calling my mom crying because, like, they took me out the scrimmage, and I was like, Mom, I can't make this. Like, if I can't practice, I can't make the team.
Right.
Take me back, man, to being injured after being undrafted, now coming back to camp, being cut, working out across the street from the Arizona Cardinals
messed me up with that one,
facility. You know, like you said, it was just you and your speaker. Like, what were those moments like where you really trying to figure out whether or not I'll ever get to do the thing I love?
I'll never.
And I wanted to stop it there. Because, you know, I think they just joking and clowning and stuff like that. But you got people really trying to bash this dude and drag him through the mud. Now, we just listened to this other, and I can't even think his name right now. I don't know why. I'm so sorry. He just talked about how hard it was, right? And his sickle cell. And him calling to cry to his mama, right? And then he just asked him, Jonathan Owens, he just asked him a question at the end. How was it not knowing, okay, boom, you're going to do what you want to do, right? So that was my whole point, is you talking about a guy that's already had said before he just was trying to get to college, mama, you know, or, you know, his mama couldn't get him, then going through having the injury and all this stuff, and then how hard it is. And the other guy talking to him just admitted how hard it was and stuff. Why is it so hard to believe that this guy is not thinking about having no relationship? How can he focus on all these other sports and he's trying to focus on the one he in and make sure he got his position? And it's so hard to believe that I'm not seeing nobody else because I'm in grind mode. I'm like trying to heal myself. And like he just said, it was just you and your speaker. Exactly. Not me and my TV, not me studying people on the internet and all that other stuff. He probably was focused on him and himself. But see, that's the thing. They want to emasculate him because if he's not groveling and following behind somebody else, it's ha ha he he. And that's weird. It is. And I dare anybody to find something disrespectful he said in this interview or something that embarrassed her. If anybody embarrassed her, it was herself because she did what she did. But I don't think that's embarrassing if that's who she is. You got plenty of women that's that way. They approach the guy. They pull him. He got pulled. She pulled him. And I mean, she's like up here, top notch. It's kind of, she can do what she want to do. You, come here. Give me your number. You my boyfriend now. You see what I'm saying? She do what she want to do. I just don't think they like when guys are honest. I think if you're honest, they gonna punish you. Just whisper sweet nothings to him. He should say he bumped into her at a coffee shop. She had to go somewhere and her shoe came off and he bent down and grabbed the shoe, and he saved the shoe, and he went around the city trying the shoe on every woman until he found her, and he tried the shoe on her, and it slid on perfectly, and he knew he had found his princess. He should have said something like that. I think it's a story like that already. That's all I got right now. I appreciate you all tuning in and watching the videos with me and joining in with me. I just thought it'd be a fun video to do. I just wanted to offer my opinion of it because everybody was bashing this guy, and I thought when I saw this video, I thought it was just gonna be some of the worst stuff I heard, and it was totally like taken out of context, like seriously. So
risky behavior.